Well, hello there ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of my Airline Tycoon series with Phoenix Travel. In today's episode we're going to go ahead and look at some issues with one of my charter, or my only charter route I should say, which is my Bangkok to Singapore, Singapore being our home airport right now. Basically at the end of the last episode I made some modifications to the planes that fly the route, I upgraded them. And with that, I decided to go ahead and increase the ticket price. Logical thing. However, the capacity use is only 25%, and that is a bit problematic, you could say, just because I'm wanting to go ahead and have it that little bit higher. Additionally, as well today, I do want to start to look towards another plane, so we're going to go down to the museum and scour that place out at times as well. So I just want to start off by looking here. As you can see, the Tuesday morning there was a flight, arguably it was at midnight, from Bangkok to Singapore, but that only had 159 passengers on it, which is problematic because we've only got capacity use of 25%. So the ticket price is obviously too high is the problem. I did increase it by $40, I'm going to reduce it by about $30 I think, so it's still going to be a slight increase, but not by too much anyway. So let's go ahead, let's go into here, let's decrease this by the amount. I'm also interestingly going to decrease, even though I'm not running first class, I'm going to decrease first class as well, just due to the fact it might actually improve the image of the route, because I'm not at all sure if the game takes that into account. I don't think it does, so that'll be something interesting to note. Anyway, that's that flight done, and sometimes these work in synchronous, other times they don't. I don't 100% get it, the return flight. There we go. Anyway, so that's that. So hopefully that's going to sort that issue out. With regards to scheduling, things are looking pretty good anyway until at least Friday on both planes. So we can go ahead and jump out, and I'm at least going to jump forward to tomorrow anyway, and then we'll start filling up the schedule from Friday onwards. So I'd very much like to say a big thank you to everyone who watched part number 7. It was I edited the video and it was really nice to just get back into editing again, you know, it really was, and I think the reception, it went down relatively well as well. I very much am unsure of how the channel's going to be after a week of uploading again, just because of the fact I've been away for so long, so I can understand. I really just need to get a gauge of where the channel's at, because I can't really say. I can say from my own analytics that fortunately I probably get about 100 views, 150 views a day without uploading, which is really amazing actually. I'm very grateful for that. But when I left and stopped uploading, or there was a point anyway I was getting about 500 views a day, that was uploading daily though, so things have definitely changed, but I need to build back up to that, and I'm really excited to do so, and if not, take it to the next level. Right, so the first thing we're going to do is check the bank. As I was hinting at a lot in the last episode, I'm hoping that Airline goes bankrupt. Honey Airlines are now up to 6 planes, which is pretty crazy. So I just want to go to the bank and just check out how things are doing on the share side of things. Not just for Honey Airlines itself, but other airlines as well. So there's no more shares being issued, which is unfortunate. Nothing else with Falcon Lines either, and no movement, unfortunately. What's my share price though? My share price has in general gone up. It is on a bit of a down in terms of the graph, but it's at $92, which is really exciting to see. Okay, so let's go along to Air Travel and let's go ahead and see what we can get in with the marketplace. I did get 1 or 2 comments on the last video, one being that some of my words cut out. I think that was just my audio limiter sensitivity. So for anyone who makes YouTube videos or edits audio, a thing called a limiter is basically after under a certain amount of decibels it'll just cut off. So I've made that limiter a bit less strict. I've changed it from 48 decibels to 40, so hopefully that'll make a difference. The reason I use it is because I actually breathe really heavily, which is kind of unfortunate for when making YouTube videos. Anyway, moving on, we could fly out to Nairobi. I'm pretty sure that's about the maximum distance I can do. However, that is on Friday, so that looks good for me. Friday, Bangkok to Singapore, we can always do that. Thursday, I don't think I really can do it, plus it's not going to be the largest. None of these are actually that amazing profit. There's no like 500,000 flights in here, unfortunately. Saturday we can do that up to Singapore, and we will. Until Monday we can go to Delhi, which is fine, and then Friday, can we go to Riyadh? I think so. I think we'll take it anyway. We've got 2 planes to play with, so I think we should be okay there. Let's jump back up to the office for now, and let's go ahead and fill in the scheduler until at least Saturday, and get a lot more of these charter flights in, as well as my orders that I've got. So what I want to do is very quickly go Singapore, Bangkok there. Right, that's not the priority though. The priority are the 2 Friday flights, so I can do the Riyadh one, no problem. And then, okay, yeah, so Nairobi's too far away for this plane to fly. If we take you out of there, it's not what I meant to do. Actually, interestingly, that goes to Riyadh, doesn't it? Okay, this can work out really well in my favour, because if we then fly back from Riyadh straight away, that's a back-to-back. That's beautiful. That is just out of pure luck, because I put this Thursday flight in from Singapore to Riyadh in the last episode, and I've had a wee bit of a break since recording these 2 episodes, so that is really, really nice. That means as well we can probably get some more of my wonderful charter routes in here as well. So we've got Bangkok, Singapore, we can get another one in there at least. I just need to start flying these a little bit more frequently. That's really something I need to do, and then continuously onto the Friday, which is fine. So that then opens up the airfare for the... Can I not fly to Nairobi? Just at all on either plane? No, I can. Right, okay, you're gonna need to go away. Is it from Nairobi to... No, it's Singapore to Nairobi, so that works out wonderfully. And then we can continue on from there. I'm very much a fan of that. So that carries this plane up until Sunday. If not, actually we'll go ahead and fill this in till Monday, which is nice. Got a feeling that we'll probably look for more orders again about Saturday, maybe even Friday. So I've got a feeling Sunday, Monday might change, because it is very blue right now, and I would like to have a bit of green in it. Coming over here Friday, we have just got Bangkok to Singapore, so we can do lots of charters on this one. We could go ahead and stick in like the Delhi flight, might as well, and then Singapore to Tokyo is on the Saturday, so we can have that fly in the afternoon, or overnight I guess. It's probably best for me to do green flights overnight, because that's when typically I make at least money on the blue flights. I do remember as well my expenses are higher, so I'm not making anywhere near as much as I was originally on the... okay, so I could actually probably... See, I don't know what to do here. Should I increase my flight prices or not? Because I have, when I upgraded my planes in the last episode, the comfort, well the chairs, the comfort and the decor, they were all just a one-off cost, but it's this meals, 5,000 per flight, so that is probably the increased cost, because it's now at 2 stars, so I have increased the ticket price, only by 10, I could, I don't know what to do. You know, I'm going to increase it by $10 again, because previously I was making a profit of about 40,000 per flight, whereas as we can see here, I'm pretty much capped at 25,000, so it's a bit disappointing with that regard. Anyway, what we're going to do, I think, before we wrap up this day, this Wednesday, I'm going to run down to the museum and see what's on offer. Again, I'm not desperate to buy a new plane. However, if the right plane does come up, I will go for it. The problem is I only have 4.4 million, which one, I'll need to use all that money to go ahead and actually buy the plane, but then just because it's a second-hand plane, I'll have to have a lot of money going towards maintenance on it, which is kind of unfortunate. So if I do get a new plane, I'm probably not going to really get to use it too much. Anyway, so looking here, I'm looking one for, again, the range doesn't need to be long, because it's probably going to be another one which just flies around Southeast Asia, so 6,000 kilometers is probably what I need. This plane is very, very, very nice actually, decent price, a high number of passengers, so we could make a lot of money on it, However, it's just the age. The age concerns me. 1975 is just a bit old. 1979, not too bad. The range is maybe a tiny bit short, but a plane like this would be ideal just on the Bangkok to Singapore routes. That would work out fine. This one here, much more modern, and it's probably a plane I would actually go for if I had the money, because that is actually really perfect. Really decent range, so it could go all the way to maybe even Europe if we needed it to. It's also really got really nice passenger numbers. The tank is very good. It's the consumption that concerns me there. The year is good, but it's just the price, the overall price. I don't have that sort of money. But the DC-10, I've very much used it before and it is a very good plane, so we'll keep an eye out on that. I'm just going to have to generate a bit more money, I think, before we buy a plane, or another plane I should say. So for now, I think we just need to go ahead and let the game run a bit, I guess. Let's go ahead and jump back up to the office and we can go ahead and start to skip forwards a day or two. So let's jump forward to Friday, I think. Just overnight here, we've literally made nothing. We've not lost anything, but we've not made anything. So that's a bit concerning. And there we go, that was much better. We made about 600,000-700,000 overnight there, which was nice. However, I did get hit by a sabotage incident, which is not good. I think we'll also work on personnel percentage in this episode, because 76% is the lowest of all the airlines. So I'm not overly happy about that. Right, so I'm going to actually go ahead and check the shares from here, because I remember you can do it in with here. So, looking at this, I really struggle to understand this a lot of the time. So, right now, Falcon Lines basically issued the top... That's a column, no, it's a row. So the top row here, I always get columns and row mixed up. I don't ask why, but I just do. So the top row, as we can see here, this is the amount issued, and if it lines up with the amounts if the total amount of stocks add up to the amount issued, then that means there's none available, but if they don't add up, then that means there is some going. So as we can see here, Honey Airlines haven't issued any more, nor have I, because the starting amount is 10,000. I own my 10,000, and then in Honey Airlines, 2,000 here plus 8,000 equals to 10,000. So this game's actually got some really good interfaces, actually, some very informative ones as well. With regards to other statistics, not too much else has changed. I did notice that a few more planes have been bought, and I am lacking in that department. However, I have flown the most flights, so I think a lot of these other airlines very much have multiple planes, but they just don't use them, or they're needing to save up money to be able to go ahead and repair them so they can actually fly them. Anyway, with that, I'm actually probably going to jump forward another day, because I believe I can afford to. Quite easily, actually. So let's go ahead and jump forward one more day, and that takes us into Saturday, and we made about 300,000 overnight, which is not bad. Right, so today's job, two jobs. The first one is going to be, I need to fill this up. We'll do that second, actually. I definitely need some more flights coming and going. Let me go ahead, and that's scheduled, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah, it is. That's perfect, cool. Yeah, we really need to fill this scheduler up quickly. I'm just very quickly going to put in another charter flight in here like that, which is perfect. So it just means we're wasting just that little bit less time. Very messy right now, but we'll deal with that in a second. So my personnel percentage is 76, it's the lowest out of all the airlines, arguably not by much, about 4 or 5%. However, I think it's something that I want to go ahead and improve. So we'll start off, I don't need any more staff, but I need to basically go ahead and have a look at it's probably flight attendants typically tend to be a little bit lower. So I'll keep everyone very talented, very highly gifted. A normal gifted person I'm probably going to scrap soon, actually. Yeah, I think gifted is what we want to get rid of. So I've got 3 gifted in here, which I'm ready to fire. Don't get me wrong, gifted is a good... It's not qualification, but it's... What do they go by? Education, yeah, so it is actually, so very talented. So gifted is good. However, I would like to try and improve that and get it a little bit better. So let's go ahead and have a look at flight attendants here. I'm looking for anyone who is very highly gifted. I will take you. Arguably the price is higher, but I am willing to go ahead and pay for that if it improves my airline image. So that's me got 3. I'm actually going to take you, and then I'm going to actually revoke employment there. So that's me got 3 new flight attendants that are either very highly gifted or very highly talented. So that means we can go ahead and get rid of the 3 gifted staff members, and that should hopefully, probably just marginally, but it will hopefully improve my employment percentage. All these little things do have some effect, which is good, and I think it's very, very necessary. Right, I've missed someone here, haven't I? Gifted. Is gifted better, maybe? Because they're getting paid like 15,000. Ha. Yeah, maybe. Well, very highly gifted you'd assume is better than gifted. Yeah, I'm not at all sure that I don't really understand the scale here. I'm just going by what I think's better, so I guess we'll find that out tomorrow anyway. Right, let's jump down again to air travel and see how things are doing. It's not quite 12 o'clock yet. Today I think we will jump into the advertisers as well. Right, so we're free from Sunday essentially tomorrow, so we can take that flight no problem. That is until Wednesday, so that's ideal. That's also until Wednesday, so that is ideal. Until Thursday, we'll take you. Tuesday, might as well. And then Tuesday, that is a nice premium, which will make us a decent amount of money. Right, let's go ahead and get all 6 of these planes scheduled. And that will break things up a bit here, which is good. Right, what have we got here? Let's go ahead and... First of all, I want to maybe actually start to maybe dedicate the Airfart, the smaller plane and the plane that can fly the shorter distance, to mainly just a charter flight. These ones again are very full consistently. I have increased the price by $10 and all the planes seem to be doing well. So we're actually up at 270 right now, so I can maybe increase it again. And I'll maybe do that. We'll just monitor things and see how things go. But I maybe want to use this plane, the plane that can fly the longer distance and have the bigger capacity, to go ahead and... Oh wait, no, do I want to? Because obviously with bigger capacity, arguably it's an extra 9 seats. These 9 seats could be filled. I think we'll leave it for now, because 9 seats is only going to make me an extra 1 or 2,000. The one thing I would comment on though is this plane's health is up to 96%, so that money we gave the mechanic has worked out really well. Right, so let's go ahead and actually work on the planes that actually need to fly. So that Peking plane needs to fly that day. Singapore to Bangkok needs to fly on the Tuesday. That can just be a like for like swap, which is ideal. Then we've got a Singapore to Delhi which needs to fly that day, so we can have that on the return leg like so. Though it would be better to fly back via Bangkok actually, just because it's a much shorter flight. If you're flying from Singapore to Delhi, you pretty much fly over Bangkok, or it's very much on the way. Let me go ahead and I think I can stick just another flight in here. Still very chock-a-block, and don't get me wrong, we are going to change it. So Nairobi flight can go out on the Wednesday. Hong Kong we need to fit in somewhere. That can probably go in on Monday morning, which is good. Again, just trying to keep these green flights overnight. And then this one's going to be going from Mail, so that works out quite nicely. Pretty much the best schedule we can actually get. However, I can definitely add in 1 or 2 flights here. So let's go for Bangkok, Singapore in there, and then Singapore to Bangkok in there, and that lines up that plane. This plane, all it really needs to do now then is just fill up with charters, because we know they're profitable. We know we're making about 30 odd K on them right now, so we might as well just keep flying them and get 180k each day. So I realise it's not the most profitable, however it's easier just this way right now, and that's really what routes are. They are quite easy going. Right, so that's a set up until, well, this one, the Cuxhaven is set till Friday, and this is set till Wednesday, so I'm going to jump forward to Monday, and then we're going to go ahead and see how much money we've got. So again, didn't overly make too much overnight, which is unfortunate. However, I think we've got one of the big planes going, it must be later in the week, it's the Nairobi flight, which is going to make us a lot of money. So, really not making much. We'll jump forward to Tuesday. There we go. So we're into 6 million now, so tiny margins is what it is. I realise I probably could be a lot more profitable in a lot of different things. But it's okay for now, we're not doing too bad. We're going to move forward one more day. Just because I want to check a certain statistic. I want to check personnel's down to 73, that's interesting. So I must have fired good people. See, I would think that very highly gifted is better than gifted. So I don't really understand that one. Anyway, planes are up at 98%, which is very high, so that's good to see. We're going to have to work on personnel. I'm not at all sure what I'm doing wrong though, so I'll leave it for the time being. Right, let's go ahead and I guess probably need to fill in the scheduler again actually. This plane can just... Can we see how they're doing? So they're doing really well. They're up at 32,000, which is really nice. So that's making me basically 30,000 times 6 a day. That's 180,000, so that's good. It's not, like, amazing, but it's good. That's probably why I'm up at 7 million now, because that 800,000 just came in, which is great. And then we've also got another big boy coming in later on as well. That'll get me at least 200,000, which is nice to see. Right, okay, let's leave there. I'll deal with the scheduler in a second. I want to go down and just check out the bank right now, and then I'll probably take one or two more orders and see where we're at. Right, no change, no change, no change, and no change. One thing to note is that my rate, my share price has gone down to $70, which is kind of unfortunate. In general though, everyone is down except Honey Airlines actually, which is kind of upsetting. Though with 7 million, if we can get maybe to 10 million, I think I would buy another plane. However, I need to get to that stage first. So we just need to keep going the way that we're doing. We need to pick up some really profitable orders, like this one for example, and go from there. Right, again we can pretty much take all of these. Oh, that was a good one. That 2-person flight. Until Tuesday, Thursday. I'm not going to take that one, just in case we can't do it, and we can go to Nairobi on Saturday, definitely. Right, let's go back up to the office, sort things out, maybe jump forward 2 more days, and then we'll see where we are at for money. Just because I'm not 100% sure. Right, so the Erfurt, we're leaving that for now. The Cuxhaven, so first of all, Nairobi on... Okay, let's remove some of these. Oops. Nairobi on Friday, so you can leave Singapore on Thursday night and you can fly that on Friday. Saturday from Singapore to Nairobi we can do. If I might as well just stick the Hong Kong one in there for now. That's going to make us a lot of money there. It's going to make us 500,000, which is really nice. Then we have Singapore, Nairobi. Well, hold up, we can do these back to back, can we not? When can that go till? Ah, we can't. Because that's on the Saturday. Right, so you're going to fly back to Nairobi. It's really unfortunate we can't do that the other way around, but it is what it is. We do actually have another Nairobi in here though, which works out perfectly. So we'll stick that in on Saturday, which is nice. So that again makes us a good amount of money there. That's going to be about a 400,000 profit, and that about a 250,000 profit. And then Singapore to Seoul, which is quite easy going. So we'll go ahead and stick that in there after another charter. And that fills up the Cuxhaven, which is great. We're very quickly going to fill this in here. Again, I really wish I could just go ahead and hit that button and it would work, but I've got a feeling you've got to fill up the whole scheduler, which I'm sure will be happening very, very shortly, once we get more planes anyway. Right, so that works out nicely. The only downfall to me getting another plane is that I would probably have to go ahead and purchase another gate as well, which Again, that's going to cost another $1 million plus rental fees, so not overly too excited about that. Let's jump forward anyway till at least Friday and see where we're at. So that's us starting on 7 million there, so went up about 400,000. Another sabotage though, and our image has interestingly gone down, which is not great. I do need to go ahead and re-put security back on though. It does for some reason like cancel out after a week. I'm not really at all sure why it does it, but it just does. Very odd indeed. Anyway, 32,000, 33,000, so pretty much full that overnight flight. It was 4 short and then consistently full in the morning, which is great. Then we've got some, Saturday will be the big day actually, so tell you what, I'm just very quickly going to check, see if any more shares have been issued by Honey, which they haven't. Honey I think is still my target anyway, for now. Let's jump forward because I know to Sunday, because I know we're going to make a lot of money on Saturday. So there we go, that's us up to 9 million now, so that really gives us some money to play with, which is very nice. My image has actually gone back up 2% interestingly, so not 100% sure about that, because I shouldn't have any current marketing plans going on right now. Interesting. I've also got the Cuxhaven actually flying this route as well, and that's doing very well. They're all the way up at 48,000 profits, so that's very nice to see. Liking that a lot. Sunday it's quite quiet for this plane, it's just giving it a rest, though there's not really much need, but it will do for now. So I'm just going to go ahead and move you to there and there. And that works out very, very well. Nice grid pattern in there. Right, so where are we at now, I guess you could say? Well, we're at a stage now where we can go ahead and probably buy a plane. And a decent plane at that, because we've got 9 million. I'll probably generate maybe another few million just off stream, just basically filling in this current next few days, I think, really actually filling up the scheduler just a bit more before the next episodes. And then what we'll do in the next episode is explore a new plane and possibly a new route. The one stat I do want to check is our capacity use on this. So it's up to 55%, which is good to see. At the end of the last episode it was only at 25%, so changed quite drastically, but I felt it really needed to happen just because of the fact that this is our like #1 route right now and I want to do it well. Okay, so with that said, very quickly again, just going to check the shares. Nothing has... Actually, Falcon I think have maybe issued some more, but they're also at $162 right now. Ours are still crashing unfortunately, so I might have to issue some more. However, we will wait and see how things go. I could always target Sunshine, but I mean there's not really too much drastic change. Plus, I mean, let me go have a look at... What is the stat I'm looking for? I'm looking for... Actually, bank account right now. Account, yeah, so we're actually one of the poorest as well, which is crazy. So, I really hope we should land up making the most money. As you can see, value of stock is really interesting. So Falcon Lines, again, they are very, very good. That's their trait. And Honey, it looks like, again, having some financial issues there. Not a lot on the accounts. The value of stock's not great. I guess you do actually have quite a lot of money in the account. You actually have the most. I was reading the wrong thing there. Goodwill, 56 million, so... It's interesting, some stats doing well, some stats doing not so well, but we're at 9 million, which is really good to see. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I think I'm going to go ahead and wrap this episode up here, so hope you have enjoyed it. Please leave a like rating, subscribe if you are new around here. Go ahead and give me some comments and feedback down in the comment section below. And that's all for this video, ladies and gentlemen, so thank you very much for watching. My name is Bigfoot, and I'm out.